We're here, of course, for the Art Association's open house at, of course, the Rhody Opera House, otherwise known as the Gateway Theatre. A little bit of Kenosha history here, theatrical history, that is, Ghoulies. Anyway, I don't know what's going on in the castle. I will certainly make mincemeat of that man-witch when I get back to the castle. Strange things. But it is a very good test to see what my loyal Igor will act like under the presence of such a thing. I assure you this is merely some incubus of Igor's imagination, even though I know you have seen it too. Anyway, we've got a great feature for you tonight on Crimson Theatre. Yes, the Dunwich Horror, and I know one Dunwich for sure when I get back to the castle. But in any case, Ghoulies, the Dunwich Horror, H.P. Lovecraft's macabre adventure, to say the least. Of course, Roger Corman produced this. Go figure, right? Anyway, it stars, let's see, Ed Begley, to say a few, but I can't remember the other ones' names at this point. But Dean Stockwell, that's it, and Sandra Dee. I don't know. The doctor's mind is slipping a little bit with all these big holiday plans. Anyway, like I said, we're going to check out the Rhody Opera House. We're going to check out the art show going on here. And I have been chosen to play the Ghost of Christmas Past. Go figure, right? Anyway, Ghoulies, you get right into it. That's right. The Dunwich Horror on Dr. Destruction's Crimson Theatre, where we have happy holidays every year. There you are, Ghoulies. I hope you're enjoying tonight's feature, the Dunwich Horror, starring Dean Stockwell, to say the least. Originally, you know, they wanted Peter Fonda to particularly play that role, but in the end it wound down to that. I think, Peter Fonda probably tripped out enough after doing Easy Rider and didn't really want anything to do with the Dunwich Horror. But I myself, a big fan of H.P. Lovecraft, of course, and this movie pretty much lives up to his style in a very good manner. I definitely recommend it. It might be a little bit too racy for the younger Ghoulies, but I'm sure that they won't know what's going on anyway. And I see some young Ghoulies over here. You want to come up and say hi to the doctor and be on television? Come and sit on either side of the doctor here, if you're not too scared. All right. And what's your name?
Sophie.
Sophie? And why are you here today?
I'm helping Karina's mother.
What's that?
I'm helping Karina's mother.
Ah, she's helping someone's mother. Now remember to speak loudly because this is Crimson Theatre and we're dealing with some faulty equipment and, more than faulty camera people. But, that's just one of those things. And what's your name?
Karina.
Karina? And you're here helping someone's mother as well, perhaps?
Well, it's my mother.
Ah, well, that's good to help one's mother.
Yeah.
And what's your name, sir?
Cedric.
Cedric. Sir Cedric?
Yeah.
Ah, that sounds good.
I'm her sister.
Oh, you're her sister.
Yeah.
Are you sure about that? You're her sister? Okay, whatever you say, you don't want to argue with Sir Cedric, right?
Yes.
Of course not. I would never do such a thing. So you guys having a good time here at the Rhody Opera House?
Yes.
Do you watch Crimson Theatre regularly?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We usually help out and then we get to go in free.
Oh, I see. That's a good answer there for the doctor. Anyway, we're having a great time getting this pants scared us off of us, of course, with the Dunwich Horror. You probably read lots of H.P. Lovecraft novels, right?
No.
I didn't think so. But I was testing you. You never know these days with, curriculum in the schools. But in any case, it was a great time. Did you have fun on Halloween?
Yes.
You did? What were you for Halloween?
Mary Kate.
Mary Kate. How about Ashley?
My best friend is Ashley.
You could have been like a two-headed Mary Kate and Ashley.
No.
No? You don't think so? I think they're just the same person.
They're not the same.
You think? I think they're both aliens from outer space. Now, if they shave their heads, they look a lot like the aliens from Roswell.
Yeah, I agree.
You do agree. See? I have agreement on Crimson Theatre. What were you for Halloween?
Witch.
A witch. Well, I've got a nasty witch that's inhabiting my castle because he knows that I've been away. And my servants don't even have the courage to throw him out of the castle. Can you imagine such a thing here on Crimson Theatre?
No.
That's all kinds of problems all the time. And you, sir, what were you for Halloween?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Okay, see, we're still talking about Halloween here at the Christmas event at the Rhody Opera House. And oh, isn't this theater beautiful?
Yeah.
Don't you think it's great? It's a great place. You don't know what a privilege it is to be here. This is really it's a bygone area of old theaters, you know, and we have to preserve these historical monuments, and it makes me proud to be a Kenoshan when I see this sort of movie palace preserved like that. Anyway, ghoulies, you've listened to enough of me ramble on now. You get right into it. The Dunwich Horror on Dr. Destruction's Crimson Theatre, and I don't want to go to the altar with this man. Still having a great time here at the Rhody Opera House. Of course, it's the Kenosha Art Association's open house exhibit, and is that why you came, or were you here for the play?
I was here to see Dr. Destruction.
She came to see Dr. Destruction. Oh, well, be still my raging heart. What's your name again?
Darlene.
Darlene. And anyway, you say you're having trouble getting some emails through to Crimson Theatre?
A real hard time.
Now, you haven't got any responses. Now, you know that Two-Bit Igor, he's the one that's in charge of the emails, and you're telling me he's not doing his job, huh?
No, because I haven't gotten a response from you yet.
Ah, see, that's terrible conditions on Crimson Theatre, something the Dr. Shirley wouldn't allow, and he has allowed an incubus to crawl into the castle posing as a witch, and they think, you know, that they're gaining control of my castle, and Igor is standing there and allowing the whole thing to happen right in front of my eyes, you know. He doesn't think I'm watching, but see, I'm like Santa. I know when he's sleeping, yes, and I know when he's awake. You know, and when I get back, the castle's gonna shake because we got all kinds of problems, as usual on Crimson Theatre. But you had a good time. Did you check out the artwork?
Yes, and I loved yours the best.
Oh, well, thank you.
I'm a big fan. I'm like your #1 fan.
Oh, well, flattery will get you everywhere in Crimson Theatre. Anyway, I see some of my other royal ghoulies have shown up. Come on up here, guys. They brought some food. We'll get back. All right, I see you brought a very big bag of victuals, which is something we wanted every ghoulie to do.
That is true, Doug.
It's, of course, Bill Ball and your name again? Albert. Yes, and you would say that you are loyal ghoulies, huh?
Oh, absolutely.
So how about this man-witch that's taken the castle? He's got to go, don't you think?
Well, I hope he hangs around a little while, but I want to see the doctor come back soon.
Yes, I don't know.
Hold him off like they do in Survivor.
I don't know what's going on, and I'm surprised that Igor allows such a thing to happen.
Destruction rocks.
See,
Anyway, here with the bag of food.
all right, we'll have to find the proper receptacle for the donations. Now, we've had plenty of people donating, and we want to keep that food drive going for the Shalom Center with the holidays coming up. You know, you don't have to wait till Dr. Destruction makes an appearance. If you want to drop it off at the Shalom Center, just write a big D on the box, and they'll know that you came from the Crimson Theatre to do it. And like these gentlemen have done, bring a huge bag of victuals for the Shalom Center. You know, they need it. And the doc's going to make another appearance before now and Christmas. Maybe on Christmas Day. We'll have to see what happens. I've got to get that nasty witch out of my castle.
He's got to go.
I know. He's causing all kinds of problems, and we're getting all kinds of bad mail. Anyway, ghoulies, you got to get back to H.P. Lovecraft's Dunwich Horror on Dr. Destruction's Crimson Theatre. Now get to it.
Donate food.
What he said. Having a great time at the Rhody Opera House. And of course, the doctor is a member of the Art Association. Can you imagine such a thing? In any case, they do have one of my paintings on display here at the Rhodey, and I believe this exhibit goes through February, something like that. And of course, you are deep into H.P. Lovecraft's Dunwich Horror, and I do love the H.P. Lovecraft stories. Now, the doctor is currently looking for some of the old paperbacks that featured some of his stories with other writers that had the little charcoal drawings, you know, maybe 3 or 4 on the cover, illustrating various stories. If any of my ghoulies happen to have these paperbacks, or any other H.P. Lovecraft material that you'd like to discard or donate to Dr. Destruction's Crimson Museum, forthcoming this year with, of course, Dr. Destruction's ever-changing Mystery Circus. You don't want to miss that one. The Carnival Midway beckons us. Anyway, ghoulies, you get back to it. The Dunwich Horror on Dr. Destruction's Crimson Theatre.
Land of light, the army of darkness shall sweep down. Gathered like a horde of avengers.
Ghoulies, here we are. We're inside the Rhodey Opera House, and the Nutcracker was just performed. The Art Association's exhibit is going on outside right now, but the doctor, of course, always likes the chance to get into one of these fine old historic theaters and relive maybe a little bit of his childhood from the golden days of the great movie palaces, and it's always a privilege to be here, and it's a great thing that the Rhodey is preserved and it's still alive here in Kenosha. If you haven't ever checked this out, ghoulies, I think you ought to. Now, a lot of my loyal ghoulies are out in the Whitecaps area, and they don't know what we've got going on right here in downtown Kenosha. Lots of fun things, a great historic holiday event this weekend, the tree lighting, it was all great. The doctor was at the tree lighting this year, but he was incognito for obvious reasons, you know. But anyway, coming here to be the ghost of Christmas past, quite fun, ghoulies. And as a matter of fact, good old Dr. Destruction was probably one of the first people ever to see, of course, Bob Clark's The Christmas Story about the little kid with the BB gun. I'm sure you all know it. Darren McGavin, of course, from Night Stalker was the father. And little did we know what a great holiday classic that movie was going to end up being. And the doctor saw it right here in this theater, probably back in 1983 or 84. Do we have anybody that knows for sure? We're at the Rhodey Opera House for the Art Association's exhibit following The Nutcracker. And just happened to run into one of my former guests, June Knudsen. And what brings you here today, besides you're a member?
Well, I wanted to see the paintings, and of course we always have delicious food, and I like the people. We all paint,
I know,
or we think we do.
Yeah, it's a great thing, the Kenosha Art Association. I encourage more of my ghoulies to get involved. We know a lot of artists out there. And we're standing in front of your painting here, huh? It's a autumn watercolor. Any particular inspiration for this piece?
I wanted to paint one that didn't have a sunset, no water, no animals, no people. That doesn't leave you much.
No, it leaves you with the landscape at hand. And of course, watercolor is one of the most challenging mediums to work in, and you are a master.
Well, you're just saying that.
No, it's the truth, and you know it's the
But
truth.
I've painted all my life.
Yes, she has painted all her life.
I'd rather paint than eat or sleep.
I see. And we look forward to having you on back in the castle. Now, I have this incubus that's posing as a witch who's inhabiting my castle, and my employees are eating this creature. What am I to do?
I don't know.
I don't know, but heads are going to roll when the doctor gets back to the castle. Anyway, ghoulies, you get back to the Dunwich Horror on Dr. Destruction's Crimson Theatre. Now, where's the victuals?
They're here.
You had a great time with tonight's feature, the Dunwich Horror on Dr. Destruction's Crimson Theatre, and we had a great time with all the holiday events right here in downtown Kenosha. Now we want to remind you to keep donating those food items to the Shalom Center because the needy need the food, and the doc's going to reappear somewhere around Christmas, or perhaps the doctor will just have to show up there on Christmas itself. Nothing set in stone yet, but we are working on it. Of course, Coolies, you have to email the doc. 2 big shows coming up. It's the Dr. Destruction's 3rd anniversary show, 3 years of Crimson Theatre. Hope you like the movie, and hope you keep donating those items to the Shalom Center. Anyway, you've seen the Dunwich Horror on Dr. Destruction's Crimson Theatre, where there's always plenty of love crafting to be had. Go.